Okay, good afternoon. My name is Dorsey Conley. I'm a sophomore at LMC, Los Medanos College. So this is basically my second year, and this is going to be my mini presentation for Music-10 for a professional swap. And this assignment basically requires us to, just give our insight about our favorite music, more fun on the fun side, what we learn, things like that. So first, I'm just gonna start with what I think about music personally. I feel like music is a great tool in order to study, in order to focus, in order to let out stress, in order to take your mind off things. I mean, like music in today's world, or music forever, I feel like has just been like a mechanism just to focus and basically just like it aids you in whatever you need. Like music can mean a lot of things to different people. Like music can serve like as an outlet, since music could be an outlet. Music could be something that calms people down. Music could be used as something to focus. I mean, those are like the two most common ones that people use music for. And basically that ends up affecting behavior. I know for myself, from personal experience, basically it depends what I have on going in my day, what kind of music I'm listening to. Like when I'm going to the gym, or when I'm at the gym, I listen to like upbeat music, stuff that I could just hear while I'm focusing on something else. So it's not really something that's like in depth, that has like great lyrics or the best quality music, but it definitely it pumps me up, it gets my emotions up, gets my adrenaline up, things like that. Or when I'm like have a test, like probably like an hour before, if I'm still like doing my last minute studying or anything like that, I listen to gospel music. I listen basically like church music. Like it makes me focus, helps me focus on like more positive things. So, and I carry that on to my test, which fortunately works and always pays off. Basically, like in this class, we learn a lot about classical music, a lot about opera, a lot about basically like a whole bunch of famous composers. And contrasting like modern music to like music back then, I feel like the music back then had a lot more meaning. Like there's a lot more meaning behind the music, the classical era, like Baroque era, all these eras. Like there's a whole lot more meaning, like a whole lot more instruments, use of the instrument. Like now in comparison to modern music, basically like that all this music is made up from like computers and electronic, and there's not as much effort or skill put into it, which I feel like that music was better. I mean, even though it's not that appealing to us, to our generation, like truth be told, like the truth is that music had a lot more meaning and a lot more skill put into it, a lot more time and effort, and people really like gained off it. And these songs don't even have lyrics. And that's what I learned. I learned about all the things that these composers went through, what they came up from. Like Mozart is basically my favorite out of the whole class. Like learning about everybody, like Mozart still is my favorite, even though it's probably most of people's favorite. People love Mozart. I still like Mozart. Like that's why I'm playing it right now. This is Mozart's. It's a little just some study music. It doesn't say exactly what piece it is, but that's why I chose to play it. It's my little thing, like little poster music. This is mine. This is my little prop. But yeah, Mozart definitely my favorite throughout the class. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ones. I did my final paper on a couple more composers, pianists and composers. It's just really great to like throughout the class basically like get to read about them, because no one's gonna ever tell you if you don't take a class like this. No one's gonna ever really be talking about them, because the music is so like honestly outdated. I mean, it's from like 1800s, things like that. Like man, like the furthest we go back nowadays, like the music is honestly like 70s, because that's when some like I guess rappers or like hip hop, like when they were coming up. And like to my favorite artists, always said Mozart. Like on the classical side, on the modern side, it's probably Drake or something like that. I have different, like you can't just have one. I feel like you just can't have one like favorite composer, one favorite artist. So Mozart and Bach as well. I mean, I like them too. And Igor Stravinsky, that's who I did my paper on. I mean, I listened to some of his stuff online, pretty good. I mean, very appealing. I was like, all of them have great, amazing talent, and to know where they come from makes it that much better to see how they showcase their skills into something. And it was great. But yeah, like in today's, culture, it's like Drake. And there's little snippets of like, You know, a lot of rappers like to use samples on their songs. Of course, they're not classical samples. It's like barely, like probably like 10% of samples have like classical music in it. And when they do, it's honestly, they always appeal to my ears. So like rappers like Drake and who else, like J. Cole, like they kind of integrate that into their songs, which is why I kind of like them. I love samples like on songs, something that's old, not this new age, you know, beats and stuff. You know, I would just cater more to that side. So yeah, that's pretty much what I learned throughout the class, is basically how much, you know, these people went through, how much these people achieved, and, you know, basically everything they achieved, like, in regards to music, they had true passions. And the crazy thing about it was that, like, learning about their backgrounds and their lives, I never knew that some of these composers, like, had the lives that they did, like, and the problems that they had, and the other things other than them just playing music, other than them just creating their own music. Like, that's all I really thought of them. But now, like, now I know from the class that, like, what else they have to deal with, what else they came up from, and that's very interesting. That's very interesting to me, at least. And that's gonna be it for my little mini presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, I'm a little Mozart playing right here in the background. Pretty sure you guys can hear it. And just thank you. And again, my name's George Conley. This is for Professor Swa, not drama, Music-10. And thank you. Have a good day.